Okay. Okay, we're live and running. Let's see how we go. Whoop. Comes the wind. Hopefully that music's not coming through today. Silly Pants, are you online? I'm going to try and get this working. I wasn't going to log this into this, but I need it. Hey there, Chris. My hair looks nice. I was about to say, last night before we went out, I was curling it, like with the hot iron and stuff. And the shampoo I'm using is Redken acid bonding something. And it's supposed to be for blonde and damaged hair or, coloured hair and stuff like that. And I noticed, like, when I use that particular shampoo, that the curl it won't curl. It just seems to make it go flat. When I use a shampoo called Muck Super Soft Hair Shampoo and Conditioner, my hair goes nice and curly. All this natural curl is in it, and I hardly have to do anything to it. But yeah, thank you. I was just looking when I logged in thinking, wow, like it's looking pretty ratty and just hanging down. Hanging down. I'm just trying to log into PayPal on this other phone to see if I can get it working on the old phone. So we're coming through loud and clear, are we? I've got the new microphones on. This is the new microphone case here. It's got an extra spare one in here. And I've just noticed it's got a plug on the side for if I need to put a battery on. At the moment, the battery's showing 62%. It was on 66%, so it looks like it's draining it pretty quickly being live. So I have got a battery charger. Have we got the proper connection? But yes, we have. I've got a C connection here ready to go in case. You know what? I'm going to plug it in anyway, see what happens. Tell me what happens with the sound. Make sure it's still coming in loud and clear. Oh, hang on. Okay, it's telling me it's charging now. Is the sound still working? I've just plugged the charger into the sound as well. All good? Thumbs up. Still got sound. I wish it would show me, like that my voice is coming through. A funny thing happened. That story I told you about the drive and where we went, while I was waiting for people to get on, I shuffled these up and I said the top two were M's feelings and the bottom two was what M thought I was feeling. And what M thought I was feeling at the time was, the top two were, what M was feeling was the chances taken around emotions and basically sexual sort of feelings. The bottom two were the woman with her chest bared, that. The bottom two about what M thought I might be feeling was the woman and the secrets. I laughed when I looked at it. What M was feeling at the time driving there was about the risks taken, the chances taken in regards to lust and desire and all of that. I don't like that came out. I was hoping for a card that meant learnt a lesson or something like that, but unfortunately, no. Yeah, it's the sounds coming through loud and clear. Oh, your internet's finally working there, silly pants. Welcome. Okay. Well, what will we do, guys? A lot of my regulars looks like they've found other places to go. They have been seen on other channels. Hopefully they return one day. I think it's because I just haven't been on regular enough. Now, in saying that, I don't know which day we're going, but we will be getting my grandson over the next coming days. You donated for 2. Okay, I was trying to sign into PayPal on this phone here. Let me see if I can get in. I trust you. I know that you pay. I just want this working. I think this is the password that I changed it to. No, that's wrong. Hang on. Yeah, I noticed 1 or 2 of my videos from last couple of times, YouTube put a semi sort of a block on them and said that they can't earn any money, which they don't anyway. Okay, it wants me to go through the I'm not a robot thing at the moment. I like this song that's playing. Hopefully you can't hear it. I think it's either Coldplay or U2. I think it's Coldplay. Oh. Get a code. Hang on, I've just got to check this code. All right, there we go. Crystal's payment for 2 detailed readings. What are we looking at? You can't hear the song playing? That's great. It's not very loud today. So normally it's very, very loud out here. I'm not expecting that I'll have much time to be out here anyway because it is a Friday. School holidays have started in New South Wales today. A lot of kids will be off work already. A lot of people would have arrived last night to this area because this is a holiday area, and the weather's getting very nice and warm. So what are we doing, Chris? What are we doing for your first reading? So 2 readings for Chris. Yeah, that was so funny. That story I told you and Silly Pants before I came live about getting detoured and all of that last night. I was just curious and I shuffled up to see what M was feeling at the time, and we seen taking a chance and lustful thoughts and all of this. Really disappointed that one come out, to be honest. Was hoping that was feeling some kind of remorse or whatever. And what did M think I was thinking? And I was thinking about the secrets and the S bucket. Oh, it's funny. It's funny that come out, you know. Anyway, it was correct. All right. You'd like to know my boss, Tim, likes me now that I've had my meeting in. Oh, how Tim. So is Tim in New York or is Tim back at base where you're working? So New York was to go and meet Tim, who's the boss of everything. Erica's just showed up and made a payment, so for one detail for Erica will be after this. Can we just put a pause on reading Silly Pants? We'll just put a pause on the readings till I get through the 2 for Chris and the 1 for Erica, and we'll see where we're at after that, because it's already 11:30 here. Yeah, I can see your donation there, Erica. We've got 2 from Chris first. Yeah, so Chris, we're looking at Tim and how Tim's feeling about you in the position, yeah? We're talking about a career position thing. We're not talking about romantic sort of feelings, yeah? Tim is the owner of the company. You went to New York to meet with a client of his. Okay, so the client of Tim, you and them met in New York, and then Kim, male or female, would have come back and had conversations about the meeting and what they think. So you want to know in general terms how Tim feels about you working with the company, yeah? Okay, what I'm going to do is use this. I noticed this old phone, when I went into the time and date, it was set to Los Angeles. I don't know why. I have no idea why my phone would go to Los Angeles unless Apple is made in home base in Los Angeles, and when your phone first starts, it's set to Los Angeles for some reason. Maybe somebody else knows why. All right, let's use the timer on here instead of my watch. Timer. Okay. Here we go. So, Crystal went to New York, had a meeting with a client. What is Tim's feelings around Chris working with him, working with the business, with the company? What's he feel the prospects are having Crystal on board in the company? I'm just going to sit things on top of my cards so they don't go flying off in the wind. Okay, what's Tim's feelings in regards to Crystal now being part of this company? I couldn't believe it when you said how much it was per night for that room you stayed in New York. That is super, super duper prices, especially for what you said. What did you say? It was a nice 4-star. So it wasn't even 5-star at that price. And when I worked that out with Australian prices, that was huge amounts of money for that hotel. So your company must have huge amounts of money to be able to afford to send you there in the first place. This is looking fantastic. Here is you as the business associate, the business person. Here is you and the boss side by side. He is looking at where he wants you to go next. He's very, very happy with your performance so far. This is him wanting more and more things done, because the 2 jacks normally means the new job, the new beginning, and all of the options of where you could be and what you could be doing. I don't know if he wants you training somebody as well, training some people to do some different things underneath you. He's being told by some other business person, because we got the 2 kings looking at each other, and in between that, we've got all of this sort of energy. So I'm wondering whether, even though I'm not sure whether the person you met was male or female, because that name can be both, but it's like the 2 of them. Oh my God, can you hear that? That is like a cyclone sweeping through outside. It is extremely, extremely windy at the moment. I'm lucky I'm sheltered in this corner at the moment. It's like the 2 of them are thinking about more things they can get you to do. But how is he feeling about you? He knows that he's made the right choice. He thinks that you're the right choice. Very, very comfortable with you being in position, and knows that you have more talent than what you're showing so far. So whatever duties and that they've put you in place of, I feel that be prepared. There's going to be more coming in. Yeah, wants to make more plans, change the direction of where you were originally going. Okay, so this is the plans that. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm having a bit of a panic with this because I don't know what this is. We did have a cyclone touchdown, which doesn't happen in Australia. I think it was 2 weeks ago, not far from here. Yeah, so, okay, I'm just going to pause this. Just hang on a sec until this settles down. I'm just looking around for a twister. I'm just scared. No, I think it's just a westerly, a very, very strong westerly that's blowing. I'm actually sitting on the eastern side of the club, and I've got all this nice club and walls blocking this from blowing me about. If I was down that end where I was going to go, I would not be able to be reading. All right, let's start the clock again. Hang on, Crystal. That was scary. All right, we'll set it to 6 minutes because you had 5 minutes on the clock, so we'll set it to 6 just for that. All right. So there's going to be a change of plan now because I feel that during your trip, the Jack of Clubs would represent your trip away. The plan when they sent you there, they've found out things about you that they really like about you, and they want to reorganize the plan. So you've got a red 7 and a black 7. Black 7 is a change of plan that's coming, and there may be something that they feel that they should have put you in place of and not where you are. So moving forward with what your boss of the company now feels, he feels that you could make them a lot of money, that you could be teaching or something. So I feel that they want you to take some people under your wing and sort some problems out. I also feel that whoever it was you were talking to, the client, said that you had some good ideas and some reshuffling that needs to go on within the company about things ideas that you talked about with them, and what they want you to do. It's basically like the contract is looked at as, we need to sit down and refocus and change the direction of all of this because we can see a better outcome in the future. There's somebody they want you on board with. I get a teaching feel with all of this. So I don't know if they want to send you back over there some more and for you to learn something, or for you to be doing some kind of online teaching thing and getting some people trained in something. I'm getting a training kind of thing here. So I'm not sure whether it's you they want trained in a different area, or whether they want you training people. I do feel that they want more connections going on. They want you sent to go and see other people and get things happening there. There's some talk of postponement though, and I'm assuming that that may have something to do with your recovery time and surgery coming up. The surgery cards weren't there, but you had 2 black 5s. 2 black 5s normally would mean, because you had all the new beginnings and everything, they're postponing something. And if I'm correct, I think the surgery was scheduled for the 5th, and that's why we got the downtime with the 5th. So, yeah. All right, let's see what else we've got. There's a cleaner out here today. It's a male cleaning the special rock areas and the chairs that people sit on. They've never been out here on a Friday. Normally the Friday it's all cleaned ready. So I'm glad that wind settled down a bit. That was scary. Crystal's new position. What's the company head think about her after her trip to New York? Let's see, Chris. Wow. They feel that where they were in the past, where they had people that weren't doing their job, they had people that weren't going the right direction. On the 8th, they feel that you turned it completely around here. They really like that you're on board. You're a team player. They can see that you would fit really well in certain positions and with certain people. I did say whether there was any kind of this was just about work or any kind of romantic kind of feel. I don't feel this is romance. I feel this is more about a stronger bond coming in as you progress. That they can see that you're like one of the family, and they've had duds in the past. They've had people that didn't fit or that they needed to get rid of. They may have somebody that they've kept on board waiting to see how you went first. This would tell me that they're ready to get rid of whoever that was because you're in place. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, I feel like a father figure thing with the King of Cups here. King of Cups would just be like, you feel like you belong there, like this is something you were born to do. I don't see anything negative about how this guy's feeling with you being in the company. I feel that he thinks that you're going to rescue them out of sticky situations if they've had something that went wrong, and that you have a lot of knowledge around how to get things back on track and how to sort things out. He sees that in time you could make the company a lot of money and a lot of growth going on. He also feels that you're very strong with following the rules and the law. If they were hoping for somebody that was going to, cut corners and break the law, they know that you're not that person, that you would be very dedicated to your job and you would do things the right way. The outcome with your connection with the boss of the company, the manager of the company, it's going to get stronger and stronger. You do have this 10 of Swords here. I feel that it's just talking about rules and regulations and things like that. It also could be because you've got surgery coming up. They're fully aware that you're going to need some recovery time because of the hospital and the surgery. I feel that this might be talking about in the very near future, there's going to be a little bit of downtime because I feel that there was something they wanted you to do during that time. And you've said, unfortunately, a medical issue has cropped up and I have to get this seen to on this date. But I do feel that they're a little bit disappointed that it happened to fall right on this timing, because there may have been something they thought, we need Chris to go and sort this out. And then the bosses said, I'd really love to send her again, but she will be taking personal time. She has something that has to happen now. It's a medical emergency, basically, something that has to be sorted out now. But yeah, Chris, it's looking mighty fine with all of that. We'll just give you 2 of these. Is there anybody watching in the room that would like a card pulled? No questions, just a card pulled for free. Chris, this is just other messages about how your new manager is feeling about you in the position and working with the company since you've been and had discussions in New York. How does this person now feel about you being on board? I feel that anything where they may have been a bit dubious, they weren't too sure on that, I feel that they now know that, yeah. And I think that you were sent there because your manager gives a lot of faith and trust in the person that they sent you to. And if that person didn't like you, pretty much it would be all over, Red Rover. But I feel that that person was like, where did you find her? Oh my God, she is perfect for this job. So yeah, I feel that more and more will come of this. Remember I said when the job with the hospital and all of that, and remember I said that you would get it, and then I said, but through that job you'd end up going into something else. I didn't realise that that job would come to an end anyway, but through that job I said I didn't feel you would stay there long. There would be something else. Maybe this is the something else. Your cards here are about further journeys going to be happening. and some challenges you will have to face in this job to get forward. But this is just to tell you that any challenges you are put in front of you, you will get there and not to worry about it. Bottom of the deck, you had in two minds about which way to do things and holding on to things at the moment. You've got the secrets card there. I wouldn't tell too much about yourself or whatever until you're really on board with everything and you really know these people better. Okay? Up next, we have Crystal with a second reading. Crystal, what are we doing for your second reading? What's your second question, please, Crystal? And then we're on to Erica. We haven't got Erica's question yet. I think Erica did put a question there, but we're waiting. How Elle feels now that he knows I have to have surgery. Okay. I don't know why, because it's got nothing to do with Elle as to why you need this surgery. But the first thing I just heard before I even started shuffling or put the timer on, Chris, was I felt a sense of like a guilty feeling that you should have been there, or that was the first thing that come to me, that this sort of like, oh my gosh, even though you've told me what the surgery's about and why, that problem, I can't even remember why certain women have that. My friend had it, as I said. She had it very young. She had it the first time, I think she was 26, the first surgery to remove certain things. But then at 32, when it came back with a vengeance, she had everything removed after that. But yeah, anyway, I don't know why, but I felt this like a guilty feeling, like a, because some people do say that there's certain things in life, in particular certain disorders or certain things that grow, that they are, have you ever heard of like the phantom pregnancy, where the person grows something but it's not a baby and they get all the symptoms and everything and something grows, but it's like a wish or a promise or something that was supposed to be there and it didn't happen. Yeah, so it can be metaphysically, it can be something like that. I'd suggest that you look up what that is metaphysically, what the meaning behind that disorder. Like when I've looked at things to do with balance, or when I broke my toes, and it made a lot of sense. Like when I had lower back pain and in the hip, it was a lot to do with financial fears and support. When one of my nieces broke her arm, it was about not giving out love or trust to people. When my nephew broke his opposite arm, it was about everybody not allowing people to love them or something, vice versa, whatever it was. And it made sense. And then something to do with kidneys is usually to do with father and child and problems. Okay. Anyway, let's get on with this. I can see people looking at coming out here. I think with all of this wind, they're not going to come out here. So let's get the clock started. Oh, here comes that wind again, Chris. Wow. Okay, that went back to the wrong timing. Okay. Crystal's had a conversation with Elle. How's Elle feeling about the impending surgery that Crystal has to face? What's Elle feeling towards Chris and her surgery she will be facing very, very soon? I feel like it's all going to be successful. You're going to be glad that it's all over with and fresh start. How's Elle feel about what's happening with Chris and surgery coming up? Yeah. See, Remember I've told you about eights. Red eights is gathering of people, having nice food, celebrating, going to a church together where everybody belongs, being with family and people that where you belong. His first two cards are the two black eights, about feeling like doesn't belong. It's not where I should be. It's not, and it can feel like this is the wrong way. This is the wrong thing. This can be drugs, alcohol. This can be listening to gossip and everything. I feel that he feels that even though what happened between you and him did not cause this problem, I feel that he just feels somehow that if only he didn't do this, if only he didn't listen to gossip, if only he told the truth, if only he didn't, I feel like somebody that's feeling that they were totally irresponsible, because this is where he was at. Like, he feels that he did the wrong thing. He had the wrong people involved. He was talking to the wrong people. He should have been listening. He wants to secure something with you. He's not sure whether you can have friendship, marriage, and connection and family. He's looking at you and feeling that you see him as this, him as his connections, his past connections, his wrongdoings. He's wanting you to turn around and see that he's changed and that he wants to learn, he wants to grow, he wants to be with you. Now, we're not going to bring other people into this. This is just him and how he feels about the surgery and the conversation that you've had together. Chrissy wants to make plans with you. The Queen and the Jack would represent mother and child. You've got the two red threes in this reading. So I don't know what's going to happen after the surgery in regards to pregnancy and babies and future. But at the bottom of the deck, he's got making secure plans and definite plans about moving to where you are, coming to where you are, and just having a family with you, having, even if it's just you and him, but being family, being together. It's like he's finally woke up. He's finally woke up to what needs to happen. His challenges he faces at the moment is he's got a lot of fear around the unknown with the hospital. This is the hospital and surgery, and the Jack of Spades isn't a person. It's just he's scared. He doesn't know, and he's praying and hoping, and he's really worried about everything. But his challenge is getting you to believe just how much he loves you, and he's learned, and he wants to grow. He wants to be with you. You've got 2, 4, 6. You've got 2, 4, 6 in red here. You've got 4 and 6 and ace in red here. This is a promise. This is somebody that wants you to see that they're not telling lies. They're not going to go back on their word, that they want to move forward. They want to be there. They want to support. This is something to do with a loss and pushing out in the past. So this can be problems in the reproductive area. This can be fears about the future of all of that. It can be about a past event. But it's also a feeling of you not letting him in. He does have concerns around who's going to be with you, who's going to support you, and he wants to be that person. The outcome cards of what he's expecting and hoping to happen is he wants to make a firm, dedicated promise of support, and this is usually about financial growth together and making a secure, it's almost like signing a document without a pen, if you know what I mean. This is like making a promise of the minds, a contract between two people. This is usually a wedding card as well. Got a lot of fear here, Chris, in his outcomes, that you're not going to want to do his thing, that you're done here, and that you feel that it's only a matter of time, and he just still hasn't learned anything. It's funny because the nines didn't come out. And as you know, the nines to me are about future. And like you've got every sequence here missing the nines. You got the one step before, you got the eights. He's got a lot of fear about where your future is with him. I don't know why he's got this cards of any kind of blame on himself. I should have been there last year when things happened. I wish I was there with you. I wish that we, I just feel like there's this regret sort of feeling coming through from him. But he does want to make some sort of promise as well. Let's see what the tarots have to say. How much time have we got left? What else is going on for Elle around how he feels now that he knows that Crystal's set to have this surgery coming up? Did he try and say, is there something else you can do? Can you try some medication, or can you let it wait? Can you try some kind of therapy on things? Let's say like it was something that was this big. Did he say, is there anything else they can do where they can inject it with something and shrink it, or use some kind of laser, or because I feel like the 2 8s are him feeling like he doesn't want you to make this step yet, or he wants you to try something else. Have you tried? But I also feel this, it's like he's blaming himself for something he took from you. Anyway, let's see what the tarots have to say. And I know that you can read the tarots for yourself. So let's see what we get. No, he gasped, asked what about, and just was completely silent. So the what about, and then he didn't say. It's like he feels a sense of defeat from, and it's his fault because of what happened. You got together and where you were supposed to be right now. And he now finally knows that what transpired was his doing. And you should have been in a different position with him right now. Okay. What else is Elle feeling? Let's see what he feels the outcome will be after the surgery with you. Like, what does he feel? Where does he stand? How's he feeling about it? He's praying and wishing. Wow. Wow. I'm getting goose pimples looking at this. Okay, so what he's doing is he's very, very hopeful. He's wishing for something. And it's sitting in his challenge area. He's hoping his wishes and his dreams come true. He wants to be the emperor. He wants to take charge of this. Him taking charge and fixing this is sitting in the challenge area. He can't fix this. You've got the doctor sitting here with you, because the King of Pentacles and you. You're sitting in the center here. You're coming up as the mother of the children, the sister, the daughter. You're coming up as the caregiver and healing card. He's also wanting to make you see that trust in your instincts. If you're feeling anything at all in a positive light with him, you need to trust that. The reason I was getting goose pimples is we've got 2 other kings sitting here in what he believes, like after all of this. He wants to be your emperor. He sees that there is a King of Wands sitting here as well in the challenge area. So he does know that if it's not him, there is somebody that's going to hold your hand. Okay? I feel that the King of Pentacles is just representing the doctor being by your side, and that your wishes, and you need to trust in your own instincts and your own thing of what you need to do. And he's putting faith in that you're making the decision for yourself, and that you're making the right decision for yourself. The outcome, he feels that you will heal and grow and everything will be wonderful. He's not sure what you're going to choose, but he knows you will make a firm decision for your future. And he's hopeful that he'll have some kind of decision process in the future with you. I think he wants to be with you, Chris. The bottom of the deck, he's just hanging and waiting for you to say what's next. Okay, now let's see what other messages we got here about Elle. What else does Chris need to know about Elle and moving forward with him? What else does Chris need to see about Elle and what's to come? 2 piles, top and bottom. Wow. What are you going to choose? Happy home together and bringing it together, or are you going to choose something else? Bottom of the deck, we've got secrets and things going on here. We've got things that are being held, and we've got looking and watching. So I do feel you need to know that he's being told your secrets by somebody else, because this is where somebody's spying and looking. And I know that you've told me before you don't publish anything on social media about what you're doing or where you're going or who you're with. So I feel that somebody is telling him your travels and where you are and where you're working or where you're living or what's going on. Somebody, a little birdie, is keeping him informed as to what you're doing next. Okay? He's waiting, Chris. He's waiting for you to make a decision. You've got the 2 doorways. You can either make a doorway that you open and you let him in and you go on a journey with him, or you will choose a different doorway and go in a different direction from him. Okay, up next we have Erica. Erica's question, is it online or is it on PayPal? Guys, I'm really just not feeling the best. So this might be the last reading unless there is somebody waiting to do a donation. It signed me out because I'm on a different device. I was putting the wrong thing in. Oh, stupid thing, sending me codes now. You did post? Yeah, I think you posted before Silly Pants was online, didn't you? Oh, you wanted me to pull you one of these, Erica, while you were waiting. Okay, this is for Erica. Let's see what free message we get for you before we do your question. Can I get the question back on the screen, please? Because I'm searching for it. Oh, this is burdens you might be facing at the moment. This is you yourself. You need to be yourself. You know, like it or lump it. If somebody doesn't like how you react or what you have to say, it's bad luck. Otherwise, some kind of burden you're facing here. All right. Have we got Erica's question? I'm going backwards, looking. Yeah, I really just don't feel good after my little attack last night. Little going backwards situation. Oh, you're going to donate. Okay, you've donated. Where is the question? Let me see. Have we got a question yet? Yeah, I don't see the question. I've gone backwards. I don't see it, and I can't get that to log in. Yeah, guys, I might finish after this. Silly Pants, what are we doing with you? Because I might, if we go and get my grandson tomorrow or Sunday or whatever, I won't be online for a whole week. The following week, I should be up here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, leading up to my husband playing in a tournament on the Thursday, and then I won't be online Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday because he's in the tournament. Who is this? Who is this Rackle? What? Rackle Ha, who keeps watching me on Facebook? Is it the ex-wife? Is that the name? Racel Ha. There's someone watching you on Facebook. Oh, so that's the name used on Facebook. Okay, so someone with that name. I'm assuming you've looked at the profile, and it's not giving you any information as to who this person is. I would suggest that you remove the person, and then you put your Facebook on private, and don't even have friends of friends, because when you have friends of friends open, people that are friends with somebody and someone you don't like that's friends with that person. So let's say you're friends with Billy, and Billy happens to be friends with the ex-wife. Then the ex-wife through Billy can see what you're doing. Or you have put them on block. So we want to see if, I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. Is it Racel, or is it supposed to be like Raquel? All right, so we're going to nominate that the Queen of Diamonds and the Queen of Spades is the ex, and the Queen of Clubs and the Queen of Hearts is somebody else. Okay? Okay, so let's set this. Yeah, this will be the last reading. So what do you want to do? Yeah, close donations. I just don't feel the best. And I'm starting to get hot sitting here. It's like that wind blew up a big storm, and it's blew all the dust everywhere, and now it's going hot. It was supposed to get up to 27 degrees today. It feels like it's already at that point. What am I doing? Looking for timer. Erica had somebody on her Facebook called Raquel Ha. We nominate Spades and Diamonds to be her husband's ex-wife, Johanna. Who was the person named Raquel Ha? Was it a fake profile so that this Johan could be watching? I'm curious to know whether your husband has a Facebook and that the same name is following him as well. All they'll do is make another profile. You know, you block them, they'll just make another profile. They need to have something on Facebook and all other social media like YouTube. You can make it that somebody cannot post or see or do anything until they've been subscribed for a month or 2 months or whatever. But like I said, if you've got friends of friends opened on your thing, they'll just look through other people. You know, they'll look through your children or your cousin or whoever. No, it wasn't her. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here comes that wind again. It wasn't her. I said the Queen of Spades or the Queen of Diamonds. We've got the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Clubs. It wasn't her. I think maybe a bit of paranoia may have come in and worried about who it was. I do feel that it wasn't a woman, though. I do feel it was a man because we got two kings looking. Okay. You may have a male admirer that was watching your Facebook and getting to know who you are, to see what you were posting. But yeah, I've got a lot of male energy. I've got 3 kings and a jack, and that's all male energy. And the only queens that have come out, like I said, is one representing you and Lance together. Got you and Lance together. I also feel that because you've got the Jack of Hearts here as well, so you've got King, Queen, and Jack, I feel that that's representing it's something to do with a member of your family. Okay, so I feel that me being that I do this, I've had so many people that want to be my friend or following. I had to block the whole thing and create a totally different Facebook that's just for this with Betty Dubois, and remove anything personal from that Facebook. So I do feel that if you've got a son or a daughter or something like that, that it's somebody connected to them that has come in and started watching you. But I do think it's a male, not a female. They may be acting on behalf of somebody else, though. So even though I don't feel it was her doing it, it may be somebody she knows that said, can you get on her Facebook, start following her, put little likes here and there. It may have been some kind of setup on her part, but she's not showing up anywhere in the reading of what I nominated. So what I'm going to do is just read these as general messages now for you. Or actually what I might do is I'm just going to pause the clock and I'm going to put these back together, because that's telling me no, it's not her. Okay, so I'm going to reshuffle these. Did you have another question, Erica? And we'll look at something else, because I don't feel it's her. I feel like it was a male for starters, and that's why they spelt it that way. And it might be somebody that was trying to find out about you and your husband, or it may be somebody to do with the kids. I can't remember if you've got kids or he's got kids from before. But yeah, it may be something to do with that, where they've tried to get through them to find out what you and Lance are doing or whatever. She could be sitting in the background, but it wasn't showing me her anywhere in the background. So I've paused the clock. I'm going to reshuffle these. Do you have a different question you want me to look at? Because I don't feel we should keep looking at that. Okay, so we're going to look at, was it someone connected to the ex-wife? We're going to nominate the King and Jack of Spades or Diamonds to be connected to the ex-wife. Okay, so we'll see, we'll do the rest of the reading whether it was connected to the ex-wife. So we nominate that the person that was on Erica's Facebook, that the Jack or King of Spades or Diamonds, that they were connected to the ex-wife, but it wasn't the ex-wife that was on there. If it's the clubs or hearts or no kings or queens, then this is not queens though. This is jacks or kings only. Jacks or kings of spades or diamonds. Is it someone connected to Lance's ex-wife? Got a king of clubs. So it's saying, again, it's saying no, not connected. Let's see what we get down here. Got clubs. Clubs again. Clubs is usually flirty energy. Look at this. We got King of Clubs, Jack of Clubs, King of Hearts, which would be Lance, and Queen of Hearts, which would be you. You just seen me put them all back together, reshuffle them. The chances were highly likely that you were going to get a Jack or a King of Spades, or even the Queen or Diamonds, and you didn't get one of them. How bizarre. So this whole reading is telling me it's got nothing to do with her. But I do feel, because you've got in the first part of the reading and the first part of the other reading, you have this King of Jacks and the Jack. It's something to do with father and child, daughter or son. It's something to do with them. And I feel that because Lance is coming out with you, that it's somebody that through you wants to see what Lance is doing. But I also feel that you've got cards of flirting and desire coming out here. This here is sitting beside this king. This is somebody that's looking at you with friendship and flirting and wondering what your day-to-day life is like. So you may have an admirer that went on your channel. They know that you're married, and they thought that they would use a female profile or something like that, or a female name. But to me, that name, I didn't pick up that it was male or female. It was a very strange name to be using. Whoever it is, they are stalking you heavily, so you block them. I feel that you have an admirer. So let's try and identify who they are, okay, with the rest of this reading. We'll use the tarots. This is no more to do with the ex-wife and that. This is just show me what this person does. How do they know Erica, and why have they been stalking her profiles and trying to reach out to her? What do they want from Erica? Who is this Raquel Ha? Raquel Ha. It sounds Indian. No offense to Indian people that might be watching. It sounds like Raquel Ha. It sounds Indian or Arabic or... Anyway, here we go. Let's see what we get in the tarots. Did I start the clock? Yeah. First card out. This is the card I didn't want to come out. The moon is basically, you can ask a lot of questions, but you might never, ever know who this person is. What else have we got? I'm trying to get a description of who they are or how they know you. You've got a lot of cards here to do with work. We do have the Queen of Swords at the bottom here. Okay, so this person, it's showing me the moon, which is you might never really find out who they are. The Chariot may be something to do with an Uber driver, let's say, or when you book tickets at work, or if you get on a bus or something like that. It may be somebody to do with where you travel, where you go, and what you do. It's got something to do with money and work as well. So it's showing me that. I'm getting a feeling around where you work and who you associate with at work. It's somebody that found you on Facebook and decided to hide in the background, and that's why they got the moon. Moving forward, I feel that this is what they've been doing. It's been putting burdens on you, and they're very tempted. This can be someone being very secretive, and I have been told by many people that the devil can represent somebody trying to gaslight you, somebody trying to make you bite, trying to stir you up. And I do feel that it's got something to do with your husband for some reason. Maybe they used to work with your husband. Maybe they don't like your husband. And so they thought that they would get on your Facebook and put comments on your pictures or put likes on your pictures and make you feel uncomfortable, trying to make him feel uncomfortable. But I do feel they've got an agenda. The good news is that the Ten of Wands is telling me it's going to come to an end. They're going to give up. It's got another card here about the silly boy, the silly person being silly. Your outcome with this person is getting a message coming through and being victorious, and finally your wishes coming true. I do feel that this can represent that they want to invite you somewhere. It may be somebody at work that has said, would you like a coffee? And you haven't thought anything about it. But I do feel that it's someone that may have eyes for you, or they don't like your husband. Okay, but more about someone that's got a bit of a crush on you or something like that. And it's funny because when I cut the cards before, when you said you wanted a free cut on these cards, I got the what did I get for you? I cut on the secrets, didn't I? The secrets, the coffin. I cut on the coffin, which is something to do with the secrets. Anyway, let's do these again to finish up for everybody in the room. Silly Pants, what were we doing for you? Are you going to wait until... you got the cross. That's the burdens. That's the burdens, okay? All right, let's see what we get now for you. This is for Erica. What do we get for Erica? What should she do about this person? I mean, you blocked them. That's pretty much all you can do. If they won't leave you alone, if they're getting on your Instagram, Snapchat, whatever else you use, or you're getting weird phone calls, it may have been the phone calls. Remember when someone was ringing and hanging up and all of that? If you're still getting that, it may be the same person that came onto your Facebook. But I feel it's male. Okay, what else does Erica need to know? We're going to put 2 piles and give you 4 messages. You have the snake, someone trying to be sabotaged. You've got a new beginning coming up. What's that possible? Oh, your husband's been getting phone calls and text messages from an unknown. Okay. I wonder if it's from before, like years ago, somebody that's found him and found out that he married you. And see, you were thinking straight away it was to do with his ex-wife and maybe she set somebody up or something. My cards, you've seen that. I shuffled them twice and I asked whether it was her. I got no. And then I asked, was it somebody through her acting on her behalf? And I got no, definitely no. And I was getting you and your husband together. So that's where I was thinking it's something to do with getting at your husband. Bottom of the deck, we got the desire card here, somebody in desire, and we got somebody spying. So somebody's desiring you and they're watching. Be very careful, you know. Maybe you need to get an investigation happening. If you've got a bit of money, you get a private investigator to try and locate who this person is, just in case. And then you might need a, what are they called, restraining order against whoever it is, that they're not allowed to make contact or come anywhere near you. Because you could be going to work and sitting right beside somebody that you don't even notice them, and they're the ones that's doing it. You know what I mean? So just be safe and look after yourself. All right, this is for, I'm going to shuffle these up. I think all we've got in the room now is, I think all we've got is Chris and Silly Pants and Erica in the room. So we're just going to shuffle these and give you girls a card each. Silly Pants, you pick 1, 2, or 3. Chris, you pick between whatever's left. And then, Erica, you get the last card. 1, 2, or 3 for Silly Pants. Oh, you want me to read it on live, but whatever? Okay. Silly Pants, 1, 2, or 3. And then I'll read your question. I'm just standing up because I'm starting to go numb in my legs. I'm just waiting for a number from Silly Pants, and then Chris, I'll get you to choose between what's left. Silly Pants, 1, 2, or 3. Two. Okay, 2. So that's for Silly Pants, those 2 cards. Chris, 1 or 3. 1 or 3 for Chris. Stream Element says pick 3, look. 1 for Chris. Okay, Erica, that leaves you with number 3. Okay, so silly pants, you get with general messages, you're going to be going out and celebrating and having a good time. This might be with your friend that you were talking about, but it also may be something to do with we're approaching Halloween. I believe there's a lot of stuff in the shops at the moment with Halloween. And then we've got this thing here. Be careful. This is somebody pretending to be something they're not. Chris, you got the loyalty. This is about being loyal to yourself and truthful to yourself, but it's also about someone showing you loyalty and strength. And you do have some hard work on its way here where you're being told this card's normally about why are you doing it by yourself? Ask for help. Okay, and Erica, if you're still there, you have some annoying things going on. This is someone trying to sabotage, trying to get in and cause some kind of ruin, but you're being told that you're going to be lucky with this situation, so it'll work out. All right, let me quickly check WhatsApp. S, you want to know what that person feels and thinks about your S. You want to know what that person feels and thinks about your financial situation. I can just use the name S. I'd rather get it done. All right, I'll turn this off and I'll just do a voice message in. I'll leave this all connected and I'll do a voice message for you in there. All righty. Okay, everyone, I'm going now. I don't believe I'll be on live tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow is my son's 41st birthday. Wednesday next week is my daughter's 28th birthday. I won't be seeing my daughter until next weekend, and I do believe that sometime in the next couple of days. Oh, the sound's going in and out. I don't know why. It might be because I moved this thing. Okay. Is this still on? Yep, this is still on. It might be because I moved and I touched the batteries. All right, we're going offline then. Bye. Bye, everyone. Take care. Have a great weekend.